Hi, so I thought I would say a little bit about shame. Because shame is something that's kind of there for everyone, whether you have an awareness of it or whether it's just kind of like hanging out there in the unconscious, affecting you in subtle ways that you're not aware of. And you might have a sense of how it feels when there's shame, that kind of constricted, yucky, stuck, kind of small feeling. And yet, shame is different from other feelings that we experience in our lives. So, feelings like sadness, or fear, or joy, or anger, they're already experienced by a baby. They're kind of natural expressions of life. So if you're around a toddler, you'll notice that they get really angry, really fearful, really joyful, and really sad. It's just kind of natural expression of humanness that comes through. But it takes a while before they start to show shame. So shame is something that we learn. It's something that we learn to do. And shaming is a process of letting ourselves know what's wrong, to stop ourselves doing things. And if you think about this, this makes a lot of sense when we're young children. So we come into a world, and our caregivers and society in general aren't so happy about particular expressions that might come through us. And in order to win love, because when you're a child, it's all about being loved by those around you, you learn to kind of show up in a way that's going to be accepted. So there's this subtle repressing of natural expressions. And that is what shaming is about. Shaming is something that we learn. Shaming is a process that we do to ourselves. And it's actually a natural part of development as a child, of civilizing all of that kind of wild energy of the infant. And of course, it's good to have a healthy conscience. We need that. But by the time we get to be adults, right, we're adults now, and we can make conscious decisions. We can trust ourselves to make conscious decisions about what actually is okay. And yet the shame still lives there, stopping us, making us feel stuck and constricted, and often kind of fearing the judgments of those around us. And usually we're not aware of that shaming process. We're not aware that we're shaming ourselves. We're not aware that the judgments that we fear that other people around us might make are actually projections of our own internal judgments. So why am I making this little live about shaming being a process? This is extremely useful, because when you realize that shaming is a process, that each time you're experiencing shame, there's something that you're actually doing unconsciously within yourself, that is extremely empowering. Because it means with awareness, you can learn to break free of the effect of those internal voices. Those voices that were actually really necessary when we were very young, but now kind of like hold us back from an expression of our natural life force, our natural energy, and the way that we want to be. So when you have an awareness and you're able to work with it, then you have more freedom to be naturally yourself. to find your natural confidence when you're free of that shame, and to truly be who you are. So I hope that that little nugget is useful in some way, and I'm going to be making some more little lives, short little lives about like this one, and they're all going to be about this process of shaming and freeing ourselves from the inner critic. So I will put a little link to the first one of those beside this this video, and I hope that's been useful.